let me ask you something. Since you said that, I don't know if this, my son go to Cote.
Braylon, he was in my computer lab class.
Hey man, please, bro, listen, watch my son, bro.
All the time, man.
Oh man, listen. I know my son. I know the kind of stuff he'll do to get on people's nerves.
Nah, he cool.
He
man.
a good kid.
Cool.
He very likable.
He shakes my hand every day. He sits right there on the corner in the cafeteria. The last one on the end. He was in first grade last year. Yeah. And every day he'll say the same thing. Hey, Mr. P, my mom says you're my cousin. I said, yeah. Shake my hand, them little rough hands. He shake my hand.
And this year he go probably be trying to sell you merchandise.
Right. All the merch.
But at that school they had the whole incident with the bus driver.
Mm-hmm.
That caused a lot of. It was an eye opener.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure a lot of things changed. What kind of things changed inside?
Wait. Before y'all get into it, what happened with the
so
bus driver?
There was a bus driver that dropped the kid off at the wrong spot.
Mm-hmm.
That kid had to end up walking home.
A little kid.
Kid. And I'm talking about, you know where I live. The street, no sidewalks, high grass. Mm-hmm. And that's not supposed to happen. The bus driver not supposed to drop you off if your parents not out there.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He's supposed to bring you back to school, go through the process. And it ended up being the parents, I know them. Mm-hmm. So when the girl was going live and talking about it and it was a whole issue, the father showed up at the school and he was ignored and met outside by the police like he was the problem. Whole time, they don't know where his kids at. So since that situation, and I'm pretty sure things have changed.
Things have
stricter.
changed. Yes. That was crazy. And I knew both parties because I know the family as well and I know the school. Once, like when we have a bus change at the end of the day, it's announced. From the jump, the teacher of that child was at fault because she was supposed to walk the kid to the correct bus to get on to go home. But the teacher was so much of in a rush to leave to go somewhere at the end of the day that she just dismissed her class.
Okay.
I think there was a sub bus driver that day.
Right.
And when there's a child on a bus that they're not supposed to be on, they supposed to contact They are supposed to contact transportation and the school and bring the child back to school. What the bus driver did was let the child off the bus, pass her stop, and made her walk on the highway with another sixth grade student.
Right.
Luckily, the sixth grade student, who was a troublemaker, took the initiative to be a big brother and walk her home. Mm-hmm. But of course, the parents went to the school for their child. When you're going to the school for
looking for it?
Yeah, it's like you waiting on the bus and your child never shows up.
Yeah, like so you're going to go to school agitated. Mm-hmm. And I don't blame you. Of course, when you got a school, the school is locked, not to lock you out. It's locked after school because there's aftercare. It's also protecting the kids that's there, not protecting them from you. But that's how you took it. But of course, perspectives were not seen. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got to understand, it wasn't locked because you was at the door. It was locked because there was kids in there, and that's what they do at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. So, of course, the principal did not know where the child was because the communication didn't happen between the bus driver, transportation, and the school.
And the parent. And that's what I was telling, people I talked to. That's a lot of communication.
Mm-hmm. All of it was
a lot
missed.
Of logistics. I got to call you. You got to call them. They got to call you back. You got to call me. A lot of things could get missed in that time frame, but it ended up being pretty, you know what I'm saying?
Blown. It was big.
Yeah, yes indeed. And I can't blame the parents because if I wouldn't find my kid and y'all can't tell me where they at, I'm coming up there and y'all better have some answers for me by the time I get there. But
answers is preferable than my kid.
Right. And you gotta think about it. You gotta think about it. You gotta think about when the kids get on a bus in the afternoon, every principal does not know every kid's bus.
Right.
So, she might have jumped the gun and was like, I don't know, and shouldn't have said that, or she should have said it differently. But how do you expect her to know what your child is? Whenever at the end of the day, it's proper protocol for her to get on the bus and go home. Right. She's supposed to be with you. So why are you asking me where your child is?
They just blow stuff out of proportion.
It was blown out of proportion. I understand from the parent perspective, but I also understand from the school perspective. And being that I knew both of them, I didn't get the mix of it, but I understood. But it was, I don't want to say blown out of proportion, but it went up because of their feelings behind it. And I can understand that because I know if my 5-year-old, 6-year-old wasn't at home, right, and I go asking where he's at, of course I'm gonna feel some kind of way too.
Are there any protocol changes?
Yeah, hell yeah. Whenever we have a bus change at the end of the day, it's sent through email. It's an all call on a loudspeaker. Teachers check your emails and be aware of the bus changes. Every kid got to be quiet whenever they announcing it. And whenever they get on the buses, they make sure everybody's on the correct bus before the buses pull off.
And see, that's the most important
That's
thing.
it.
That's
Long
the most
as you
important
make
thing,
measures
man.
to, to change it or whatever, because I understand as a parent when you don't see your kids, your emotions running on high.
Yeah, you don't know what's going
You're
on.
not thinking you going, where my kid at? Like,
As a result of that happening, the bus driver was let go because she didn't do what she was supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
The teacher felt bad about the whole situation, so she resigned.
Really,
okay.
I didn't know that part.
That's
I didn't know that part at
first
all.
grade
I
teachers.
I
She
respect
resigned because she felt horrible about it because she didn't get the backlash that the assistant principal got.
Mm-hmm.
And the assistant principal, she not even that kind of woman, man, at all.
Man.
They just like, I understand that the parent was upset. I said, but she's not even like that. And I don't like when they try to make it out of a race thing, or because that's definitely not what it is, man. Like, that lady loves all them kids and all those people. It's just the way, like, she wasn't prepared for him, and he wasn't prepared for her, and that's what nobody understands.
It's a perfect storm, man. People have to understand, when you have rules in play, there is always something that can happen that's out the scope of your rule book, and that's what that was. That's just like when the dude from the Rams hit the dude from the Saints and they lost the game. Like, that never happened.
Now we expect the
We didn't know
commissioner
what to
step
do.
in.
Yeah, now you want them to play the game over and all. They not doing all that.
They not.
Like, come on now.
They not.
You spoke of race. So how are you in standings with Black Lives Matter? Like,
well, that's a real
protesting?
sensitive subject. And I noticed that Drew Brees kind of incriminated himself, and Big Mike incriminated himself. I understand the different things that we go through being black men, and I understand that. I was saying this the other night at this meeting. I'm like, it all revolves back around education and knowing how to make the right choices. If you're down bad and you get stopped by the police, you down bad.
Straight up. You're
That's
doing
it.
wrong.
You can be a real nigga in the street, be a real nigga, and do what you gotta do. Okay? On the other hand, if you're not down bad and you're doing what you're supposed to do, that don't give you the right to challenge them. Just because, oh man, why you ain't got the right to do that? I'm not about to do that. People don't have proper traffic stop etiquette. If you get stopped by the police, let them do their job. Right. What's the point of always wanting to compete and battle them, because it's just gonna go up from that point? I got stopped by the police one night and they wanted to search my vehicle. I know I didn't have no drugs in there. I had a gun in there because I traveled at night with a gun because I DJ or whatever, but I let them search me. They went through all my money. They went through all my money. They was like, you got anything illegal in the car? And, and they pull up like 2 or 3 cars deep. They went through it. No, I didn't. Then they found my teacher name tag. They was like, why you didn't tell us you was a teacher? I didn't have to.
I didn't have to.
Nah, are you done? Are you done?
Do your job, man.
Are you done? So
DJ Juice.
Right. I ain't say none of that. It was troopers. So, and they obviously weren't from down here, because when they asked what I was doing at home at 4:00 in the morning, I told them I didn't want to eat Waffle House in Gray, so I went to the McDonald's or MLK, and they was like, "There's a Waffle House in Gray." My nigga, Troop C is next to
the Waffle House. Yeah.
So they couldn't have been. They couldn't have been from down here.
From here.
But they caught me doing.
That.
They caught me doing 5 over the limit, the speed limit.
5 over.
Yeah.
I'd have been mad about that.
I mean, but the thing is, I know how to conduct myself, because they could have done me anything at 4:00 in the morning.
And I tell people, man, sometimes choosing not to say something save your life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what y'all stopping me for? I just
Now
talked.
you're going to jail.
I just talked to an officer. When you get an attitude, now I want to arrest you. What's up?
Because now they know they got you pressed.
And I played both sides. I've been the calm person, but I've also been approached by an officer that was just being a jerk.
Right.
And at the end of the day, you gotta understand, I'm a man, bro. I'm a man. Like, you ain't about to come talk to me like, where the F you going? Like where you going?
But one thing we gotta realize, dog, we can't beat the police.
We cannot.
I know I can't.
You can't.
And when I'm outnumbered or anything, I mean, I'm not about to.
And it's the thing. See, me,
beat 'em.
if I challenge an officer, I'm challenging them on the grounds that I know there's nothing else you can bring about. These niggas be having warrants, be having this and that, and they won't fuss with the police.
And I could have easily put up a fuss with them that night, but I was like, go ahead, do what you gotta do.
Right.
Do what you gotta do. Like, I ain't trying to take it that with you.
Man, I'm about to call.
Right. Now, as far as the George Floyd situation, like, George Floyd was down bad from the jump, from the root of it, because what he was trying to use counterfeit money or some shit like that.
Yeah.
It don't matter if he was high or he was drunk. That shit don't matter. The fact that he was wrong, he should have got arrested for it, right?
Right.
But the result of what happened, that was wrong.
Yeah,
that was fucked up. That shouldn't have happened.
You go to jail for using counterfeit. You get a little attitude with the police, that's different. But you, like, a crime is an arrestable offense. You go to jail for it. I don't expect to die on this scene.
Well, and I definitely don't expect to die slowly. Like, out of all the cop killing situations, bro, they fire their weapons. This was slow and long.
Yeah, he just kneeled on his neck.
And, like, I'm right. And,
there's going to be white folks that's going to feel like the cop didn't do nothing wrong. And there's going to be white folks that feel like the cop was wrong. But, and like, in all actuality, it's a real, look, when I got to college, they told me we had to write a diagnostic essay, and it couldn't be on racism, it couldn't be on abortion, it couldn't be on, like, presidential shit, because that's topics that
you can't touch it.
It's going to start an argument.
You would never find the end of it. And it's a real sensitive subject for people who've experienced police brutality or racism with white folks or black folks or whatever. I don't know, bro. I just educate myself on every situation before I get into it, just so I don't make the wrong choice. Big Mike, okay, what he posted and what he said, it affected a lot of people, because at the moment of what was going on, are you gonna say, oh, I know Big Mike's gonna survive because I can't rap and I don't play basketball? That's like you saying you ain't an average nigga. You can't say that shit. Right. Of course, your white customers gonna laugh at that, but your black customers aren't. Right. That's why whenever you apologize, your white customers forgave you. Your black customers didn't.
See, my thing with that, when I read into what he initially said, because I was late to it, because I'm not on social media all the time, I can see through the post. You know what I'm saying? It's like what he said initially. It was directed at one person. One person was getting on his nerves enough for him to go on social media. But now when you put it out to the world, that's your mistake. Now I can latch on to it. Whether
you let everybody in the community latch on to it.
Whether I agree,
you should have sent a text.
You should have
instead
sent
of
that to
making
them.
a post.
Right. Same thing with Drew Brees. Like,
right. Why would you say that now, Drew Brees?
Exactly. Whether he said it now or not, let me tell you something. I took a crime and media class. The media has a way of making things look deeper than what it is. Right. Now, he might have said that, which a lot of people have said, oh, I find that disrespectful, people kneeling for the flag because of what my ancestors have done. True. Okay, cool. But the media took that and dropped it during this moment in time, which made it even worse. So every Super Bowl, every dollar you spend on New Orleans, every contribution you got to having African Americans as friends, teammates, whatever. Boom. We don't care about this shit no more.
So because you don't get it.
All that went out the door. You don't get it. But the thing is, the media, let me tell you what the media did. The media took a picture of Drew Brees and posted it with the caption saying what Drew Brees said. But when you think of Drew Brees, you think of Drew Brees as being what? A quarterback, right?
Right.
The picture of him wasn't him in his Saints outfit. It was a regular headshot of him looking like a racist white man.
Right.
I mean, and
that painted a picture. And he ain't racist.
He's not.
I mean, as far as I know.
This is the only thing I gave him flack for. Man, out of all the times to say something, you go say something now.
They need to realize they need to shut their mouth up.
But I don't know if he said it
now. Right.
He said it now, or they released it now.
Right. And I
don't know.
That's the thing too.
But just the picture the media paints and make it look like Drew Brees was actually looked like he was talking on the picture, but he looked like a racist white man.
They're not gonna put
he
him
didn't look like our quarterback. No, because they know that would frustrate more people. He looked like a racist. He looked like a white dude.
And I tell people that all the time.
He didn't look like our quarterback.
You have to pay attention to the media, dog. Like Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? He been going off on these, what you call those people? I can't think of it right now. The people that do the media.
Reporters.
Mm-hmm. He been going off on them. And I'm like, man, that's just a little snippet that they released. This woman might have been interrupting Donald Trump for 10 minutes.
Man, for 10 days.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and when he finally tell you you're a terrible reporter, that's all they play.
That's all they play on the news.
Yep.
You got to pay attention to the media, bro. You got to dig deeper than just a Facebook article or whatever, you see.
Yeah, go read the whole article, not just the headline.
Right.
So, in my perspective of it, once again, like, a white man is never going to understand what we face as black men.
Never.
But when we do things to make a difference, it cannot be just about us. Like, in order to understand them and for them to understand us, we all have to get together, not just black people.
Yes, indeed.
Like, we had a meeting the other night in Mechanical Gym. They call it the Black Leaders or whatever. Like, okay, so we in there discussing these different things, what we want to change, but it ain't gonna change because we don't understand the white man, and the white man don't understand us. So you gonna need the white man in there.
Hey,
Hey,
who was part of this meeting?
Right.
John Navy, Corian Great, Dana Coleman.
What the fuck? Why wasn't there?
Well, I don't know.
What I missed? They put it out for the public to know.
Nah, it was something.
Oh, okay,
it was something
okay.
On it was
we got the deal.
Yeah, because I don't like to miss out on shit.
Right. It was something on the low, but like I was like, y'all didn't invite no street niggas. Y'all didn't invite the community. Y'all didn't invite the opposition, because the only way we're gonna understand each other is if we all in the same place at the same time.
It's crazy because working in that oil field and just the people we know, I can rally together a group of people from the other side that's gonna come and at least try to understand.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you need that. You need that.
We need to ask these questions. Why are we looked at like this?
And I got
but the thing is, you could put let's say we put a white man and we sit him down. Why do y'all look at us like this? Why whenever y'all walking and y'all see us, y'all look at us? Why y'all post these different things online? Why y'all hide behind the keyboard and say different things and think y'all can get away with it? Like,
you find out people like you went to school with and
like
all your pictures show their true color.
And you think you gonna have a white man that's gonna sit right here? Well, why y'all wear y'all pants so low?
Bro, listen.
Or why do y'all have to fry y'all chicken or do this type of shit? Like, why y'all gotta but we gotta understand. Like, in order to come to a solution,
it has to be conversation.
It got to be. It gotta be clear, transparent. You gotta have a dialogue in order for them to understand us and us to understand them.
In order, I've had these conversations with. I mean, I don't work with people I know clearly.
Yeah,
I have straight up conversations with them, and I tell them, it's a huge lack of understanding, and it's a huge lack of not communicating. Y'all think a certain way of us, but it's just not like that. It's not like y'all think. We not all mean. We not all,
If it wasn't, but I will say this on Juneteenth: if it wasn't for us, a lot of stuff that the world has wouldn't exist.
Oh, they'll tell you right now. Right. Without black people, the world would be boring.
Like
they tell us that. They told me that.
Like when I'm at BK, I'm like, okay, we in here working. There's a majority of black people in fast food, but we're making white men's money. It's a white man company. The people that's coming to order, they white. They don't like us. They might not like our skin color, but they love our service. They love our work. They love our culture. Okay, take for instance LSU football team. If those black dudes wasn't on the team, they wouldn't care about them.
They sure wouldn't.
What could they offer to them? But money, because they scoring all these touchdowns.
And you have people that might hear this and oppose, and to those that oppose that are of the same race or different race, man, I'll be want to talk to you. I'm definitely
that's
all
why
about
we need that's
conversation.
Why we need them kind of people there to understand what's going on. And then, like I said, with the media, man, Homer Times, Homer Today, they post that shit online, and they know that blacks and whites are going to go back and forth. When a nigga get arrested, good job cleaning that scum off the street. Get those thugs off the street. Good job cleaning up, And then we got our people that's defending it, but our people need to be sitting back and understanding that this shit is wrong. This shit, you're selling drugs, they're selling heroin, they're doing this, they kill somebody.
Wrong, bro.
But the thing is, it's the system that made this product.
Right.
The system was built for us to struggle and not be able to have the same chances that you have.
Right. And I explain to people, man, I'm really into that because I'm like, you don't know, you see, get this scum off the street and stuff like that. But I mean, you're a trust fund baby. You don't know what it's like to have no money.
And I'm not saying that it's right for them to do what they do, but like you got to take.
But it's at a certain point, it's like trap or die.
It's understanding, man. If I don't know why, you do what you do, but I'll never know if I don't ask you. Right. Once I ask you, you might say something that make me be like, well, damn, let me tell you, I read some of a book written by David Duke. If y'all don't know who David Duke is, he's the Grand Wizard of the Klan. Some of the things he say, I completely agree with. If somebody of my, race said the same thing. I'm supposed to feel like he feel about my own race.
Right. Because that's one thing about
Now when it come to the hatred and all the stuff that come in with it, that's why I dropped, that's why we break off. But he is proud of his race.
He is.
I should be proud of mine the same exact way. So some of the things, but who will buy a book by the Klans? How many black people buy a book?
I feel like every black person should go.
Only people who are susceptible to want to see what the other side is about.
Right. Because I feel like it's really besides the 400-year head start.
right.
It's really no difference in a person that's extremely proud of their race. Like, Black Power. We extremely proud of that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's all they are. Like, I didn't talk to a racist dude. He's like, I'm not racist against a particular race. I just feel like me
and my race is the best.
It's the best.
Let me tell you something. This is what I gathered. We went to school with white people, and people that we call our close friends who's not the same skin color as us. We might not be racist, but when it all boils down to it, we stick to our own.
You're supposed to.
All the time. If you walked in a room and you seen me and you seen 40, whatever other people over there, you gonna come walk by me. Because I'm familiar, right? Because I'm familiar.
We just stick to our own. That's it.
Nothing wrong with that.
Like at the school I work at, like I'm one of 2 blacks, and I'm the only man. So I don't have a social I don't have anybody socially to hang with at work or run it with because everybody's like white women. I don't have a problem with that. I'm good with it, but
I'm not a white woman,
right? And I can't like when they're in the lounge eating or whatever they they go and hang out and stuff. I can't go with them because. I mean, I can adapt, but I have nobody really to talk to.
Right, and that's what it is. I think that the people that are like black and don't understand the other race, they have a hard time adapting.
Right.
Like I can sit in a room full of and bounce around no matter what race.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. Your adaptability. If you stuck in the slums, the ghetto, you ghetto minded. You never gonna understand,
and you always gonna feel like somebody's against you.
Right, yeah, that's what I mean.
I met with my coworkers last night at La Coretta, and like I said, like of course I was the only black dude there. Like even in the restaurant, I was the only black guy, and I know of course people are walking by wondering what he's doing with all these white women, but I mean, we share a common ground. We educators,
right?
So race don't really play a part to me. But I know like statistically, I'm the only black person here.
And notice it.
But that shit don't bother me because, even though they're talking about women stuff or things that I don't talk about, I just sit there and joke it. Because these are my coworkers and they respect me enough for, for what I do. But let's just say I wasn't a teacher. Would I get that same attention and that same respect? No. I wouldn't.
Probably, no.
Because I would be just another nigga.
Right.
And that's when I do talk to some of my white friends who actually want to know, who actually want to be informed, I just let them, listen, dude, you never been in a place and you're the only one like you. You never walked in I'm pretty sure there's no white person that's been in La Coretta and been the only white man there. So it's like you won't get to experience what that's like. So just let me have that. You know what I'm saying? When I say, damn, it's weird, it's not the same, let me have that. Don't try to tell me it is the same. It's not.
Right.
That's good, bro. That's it's just what we growing up in, and I like to brush up on it and talk to people about it. See how it feel. You in a different light, Yeah,
you're on a different planet, right?
Right.
Now, man.
You DJ Juice. You like
man.
DJ Juice. But dog, you just I never.
I gave y'all me.
Man, you did.
Right. That's what's up.
Y'all wasn't expecting it. Like when I told you earlier, I'm gonna hold it because I move in complete silence. Like. You wasn't expecting that, dog. You wasn't expecting to hear that.
Not that Burger King. That
wasn't,
I'm
dude.
still.
I'm coming.
Yes,
I'm
indeed.
I'm
coming.
Take care.
Go
of you,
get
dog.
bread.
Hey, look, I'm gonna bring my marker. I want you to sign it and everything.
Hey,
listen, I'm not too big. I don't have too big of an ego to tell people when they great, man.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
Why you still here? Why you still in your prime?
Let me see. Oh no way! I'd have thought that was you.
I'm covered up.
Yeah,
like, man, that's what's up, bro. That's so humbling. Like
that's all it is.
That take me off my little high horse.
Right,
I ain't gonna lie.
I'm like, man, I ain't going back to work.
Right.
Juice work at Burger King.
I didn't have to do it. That's something I chose to do, bro.
That's what's up, bro.
So what other than what I'm saying, the possibility of the Juice Fest still going on? Anything else you got in your near sights? Anything you wanna accomplish? Anything you wanna?
Nah, like I'm gonna be 40 in a few years, man. So like, I'm not gonna be out here in the clubs like I used to. I mean, I'm gonna still do like weddings and events like on a larger scale. But the hole in the wall shit and the being gone every weekend shit, that's gonna be out the door because
See,
now
I was inspiring to be a DJ, but you just
Quick question: Do you mentor young aspiring DJs?
I do. I give them the game on different things on how to build their name and finances and the respect for the game and shit like that. You know, some of them take it, some of them don't. But like some of them want to do it just because it's a name. Like I made that popular. I made DJing popular.
did.
Definitely.
I could honestly, truly say I made that popular because of the following I had and the money I was making. And always, man, I would do like 4 and 5 events in a day and
the consistency.
be
man.
everywhere. Like be in front of judges and be in front of the hood and be everywhere.
And
man.
that's what I tell people because people be like, tell you one thing. People be like, man, Juice be playing the same thing. And I'm like, it is where he at because you don't understand DJing. To be able to go do a wedding, a white wedding, boy.
I did a 6-hour Mexican wedding.
I know, I seen that. I'm like, I don't know
6
one
hours,
Mexican song.
Right.
Like
You
that's
gotta
not.
be home
It's
with
not easy, bro. I
And-
grew a whole different respect for it.
And then with that, what you're saying about people saying Juice playing the same music, it ain't really that. Sometimes as a DJ, we get stuck in our ways, but also it's the environment. Like we live in an area where it's like when the people go out, it's mostly like hood shit. Like if we lived in a city where they had different a diversity of people where you could get away playing the stuff that people are understanding of. Like they're not gonna understand a lot of stuff because they've never been exposed to it.
Right.
They know the trap shit, they know the hood shit, they know the bounce shit because that's the element of certain people in certain areas. Like, you know, you could like when you walk in here on a regular night, you're gonna hear another DJ playing like blues or some shit. You're not gonna hear him playing like Fat Man Scoop or Biggie, or because it's not a bigger area.
Right.
It's all on area. You know what I'm saying? If you do play something they don't know, instead of them dancing and enjoying
They
the
gonna be
They
like,
looking at you like,
and then you whack.
right.
So
And I heard somebody say that about the dude that DJ recently down here. Like he whack, and I thought the nigga was tight. Like he played some new music. He played coming, you know. I'm like, I like new music. I like, you know.
It just
but
depends.
the majority of people
yeah,
stuck
it
in
just
their
depends.
ways.
It depends, and like it's all on what the people know, man. If they're not in tune or educated on different types of music, then they're only gonna relate to what they know and how they live, and that's that hood shit. Like I'm gonna admit sometimes we get stuck in our ways and we're afraid to step out because we don't want to be looked at as whack. And you know, you got people on the side that be like, oh, he playing this or he ain't playing that or he ain't played it. Well, you know, this area don't really call for that.
No.
It's hard. It's
and
like,
that COVID that really showed your depth as a DJ. I noticed you used that one time. You was like, I'm just showing people my depth. Like, man, you playing like Sam Cooking stuff. I'm like,
yeah.
what?
And
You
then
know?
like when I saw a lot of DJs going live through the pandemic, they was playing like the popular music, the GX shit, the shit to get everybody turned up. Man, I started playing gospel, old time religion, old time religion. Not the beacon light.
Don't clap.
Not that.
The
old church because nobody gonna touch that.
Yeah,
like you know what I'm saying. So like, and then they got so popular. Like I had 1,600 people on my live, man, on Sunday morning.
I was on there one time, had like 897.
Nah, the numbers then fell off because the world opened back up and people doing different things and pastors online. But I'm not tripping because the people that want to hear it, I still do it. And then it annoys me at the same time. Like I make sure I wake up at 10:30 and I start my service.
That's what's up, bro.
You gonna keep that going, man?
Yeah. I have to because one day I was like, you know, I'm not doing it today. I'm skipping this Sunday or whatever. And people was hitting me up. Where you at? Why you? And I was like, you know what? It's the devil.
Cause I saw you. They had made a little flyer and everything. Yeah, the suit on.
Yeah.
I said, man, Juice about to start preaching.
You're right. Right. But I enjoy that, man, because like that's like my church. That's like me going to church too, you know.
That's what's up, bro.
And I get full on a Sunday off of it, and then you know. I feel like a pastor at the end of it, and people be blessed by it because they can't go to church. Like I have people, grandmas on that, man. Some people depending on me.
Them older people, my auntie and all that, be sharing, and I'm like,
they depending on that,
they
man.
can't go to church.
Well, you have to understand how powerful music is, man.
Yep.
Music is one of the most powerful things in the world.
And that make me not even want to go live and do anything else.
Right, just
like,
music.
I feel some kind of way. I'm like. Cause the thing is every time I go live, it's like all these different names keep popping up. I'm like, okay, this not your mix. This not for you.
Right.
You know, I got white people coming. No, this not what this about right now.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying?
Level in here.
Yeah, like you know, it's not what this about right now. So I got to make sure I caption it. You know. And I don't want them to look at me a different way, but that's just me. I cater to all different people, not just one crowd.
Straight up,
brother.
man.
It was a pleasure having you on, bro.
Most definitely.
I was very intrigued. I'm glad to pick your mind.
Yeah, I learned a lot.
I ain't gonna lie. I was sitting at home this week. I said, man, you came on my timeline. I said, man, I'm gonna see if you want podcast. And I feel like it was the best decision I made this week, bro.
Appreciate that, man.
I really appreciate having you on. I'm looking forward to all your events coming up.
Right, and if you need any help on any events, man,
Vibes Only got you.
ready.
We got your shirt made.
Thank you, man.
We launching our clothing line. You're gonna definitely be one of our models. So
right, whether you want to or not.
Right.
I appreciate that. I'm with it.
Let them know your social media again. Let them know where they can find you at, which they already know.
Find me on Facebook, Justin Patterson. Social media, on Instagram, DJ Juice 100, DEEJAY Juice 100. Twitter, the same thing without the 100.
Yeah.
I basically post everything I do the week of, but everything else is unannounced till I drop the bomb.
Juice Fest could be coming up, right?
Y'all stay on y'all toes.
Yeah.
It could be Bayou Classic weekend. If not, we'll do it next July.
Right. And don't misspell no words when
Don't misspell a word when you see me on live or you post anything
boy,
on your
he
live.
go correct your ass.
You're a teacher.
I'm gonna put that.
Teacher, right?
I'm gonna put the asterisk behind it and the
Dude,
smiling face.
That's me too, dude. I'll be tripping out at that.
man.
I got Ivy one time. You come on there trying to joke on my life. Oh no,
you misspelled something.
Right.
And I highlighted, I pin it, and I make everybody look at it. It's the owner from Ballers misspelling shit. You want that's what you
Ballers.
That's what you want to get. That's what you
can't
get.
spell, huh?
No, come on here, Joseph, and you can't spell.
Yep.
B-A-L.
Joe's on you.
Right.
But man, it was a pleasure having you, man. This vibe is only. We on Good Street with it, man. We out.